Have you been dropshipping on Facebook Marketplace and you've noticed that things change literally all the time, nonstop, there's updates? Well, if so, then be sure to smash the like button because in the last couple months, or the last month particularly, there's been a lot of updates in Facebook Marketplace. And I just wanted to do an update video where I talk about my opinions on all the new updates that come about. Maybe you didn't know some of these updates existed, or maybe you're waiting for my opinion or my feedback on what I think about one specific one or the other. I've even noticed a brand new one that showed up today, the day that I'm recording this video, probably not the day that I'm launching this video. So it's always changing. I've been saying that since the beginning with Facebook Marketplace. It's a great platform, but it's brand new with the shipping option, the drop shipping availability on it. So it's going to change nonstop and there's no shortage of changes. So I wanna go over all the ones that I've talked about. If you're interested, be sure to check, down below on one specific update or not. We'll be listing them out and little timestamps on where to click them. Also, like I said, be sure to smash the like button. Please subscribe to the channel. Let's get this. I want to get this channel to 100,000 eventually. So every little subscriber helps, or every little subscription helps. And then from there, also be sure to hit the bell notification for every single time I drop a video like this. There will be also a free PDF on Facebook Marketplace dropshipping down below if you are interested. So hopefully you enjoy this video. It's gonna be a little bit different than my regular ones. Thank you, and I'll see you in my computer. All right, so here we are inside of my computer, and let's go over the updates. I think I have about 5 for you, so be sure to stay all the way to the end to make sure that you are up to date. So I haven't really gone over any brand new things that have happened on Facebook Marketplace, but things change nonstop, and these are the ones that I think are probably the biggest updates that have happened in like the last couple months, 3 months now. So number one thing is, instead of having to go through and renew all of your listings by hand, one by one. Yes, if you use Z-Drop, they do have the ability to do so, but it's really not a software that's built for that, and anything that's more built into Marketplace itself is something that you want to be using more than just an extension that isn't really made by Marketplace. So if you want to renew your listings in bulk, sometimes a bulk renew listings thing pops up right here, but sometimes that does not happen. And yes, this account has all the items down on it at the moment, but it's just a test account. But what you can do is click Manage Listings. So if you click Manage Listings right now, that kind of just got added in. And then you're just going to click these, whichever ones you want to manage. You can select all, deselect all, and then you can just click Actions, Renew in Marketplace. So there's that. So it's a bulk upload, bulk renew button for your listings. Once you renew your items a certain amount of times, then you can't renew them anymore. But it helps out when if you have a bunch, hundreds of items up. You don't want to go through one by one, or even have a VA go through one by one, because it just wastes time. So might as well do this. So that's one thing. Does pop up, like I said, right here, but not all the time. If you want to just do it right away, just do Manage Listings. So let's move on to the next one here. The next one here is going to be the Promotions tab just got added in. And sometimes recently it's been advertising up here. Try it now, promotions, things like that. So if you click promotions, you're gonna get brought to this page. It'll show your active or your past promotions, and it shows you that you can create a promotion. So if you click create a promotion, now you can have a markdown. And also that's kind of how, as you can tell, I marked this one down and it went down to a price of $94.50. It's the only way I've been able to see that you can get a price that is not a whole dollar. You can't put in a price that's $94.50, but if you do a markdown of a specific percentage, then it will actually give you a not whole dollar amount, which is interesting. Then you go to promotions, like I said, you click create, and then from here, it's pretty simple. Your listings will pop up here. You just have to click the ones you want. You can click promotion name and then type in a name. Promotion type is going to be either a flat discount, which I don't really suggest, because if you have items that are low priced or items that are high priced, it doesn't really make sense to do a flat dollar discount. I think it always makes sense to work on a percentage base when you're doing drop shipping, specifically if you have a large array of price of items, because at that point in time, a 5% off is 5% off. $5 off of a $20 item and $5 off of a $500 item is going to be a much bigger difference. That's why I suggest doing a flat percentage. Once you click that, you can click the percentage discount you want, or type that in. You can type in a start date, which I think you would want to do immediately. And then an end date, which is optional. If you want to do an end date, I don't really see the need for that unless you're running some specific promotion that maybe your supplier's running. So you're kind of running a promo with it. You got to name it, and then you can also just apply it to all your listings and then create the promotion. And like I showed here, it basically just shows you it's like the same thing as changing the price beforehand. So we've talked about, sometimes listing your item up for higher and then bringing it back down. You don't really have to do that anymore, I guess, because they just created the promotions tab. So this is like brand new. This pretty much just came out, and I think it's a great way to make more sales. There's no reason not to do it. It's gonna make your items stand out from the rest of the items. Anything to make yourself stand out, whether it's images, title, price, promotions, other things like that, I think is always going to be a good thing and will always benefit you in a positive way. So you can also do it maybe if you have a bundle listing, say you have 2 items bundled together, shipping is the same price. You could give any item that's a bundle like that, you know, a $5 off discount or something like that. Whatever works for you, then go through and do it. But I think it is a great update to the system as Facebook is continually changing. So the next thing is going to be 2 things in the listing section. You may not have this yet. Some people do. This account just got it. So basically you're going to see, you know, regular old listing. I think they've been adding in more categories as well, or just more specific categories. One thing you're gonna see here now that is a pretty big game changer, I would say, is offer different options. So I've seen people with variants on their listings before on mobile, and I've seen people say they have it. Some people say that they don't have it. A lot of people have said that they don't have it on desktop, but I am currently on a desktop and I have it. So this is also recent. This was in the last couple days. And from here, I think it does open up a large array of possibilities. You know, you can add in an item variant, extra large, large, whatever, sizes, colors, like they say, all within one listing. And then make sure that you're giving them a completely different way to look at your listing. And this, of all things, I think is going to step up your game more than anything else. Because beforehand, if you wanted to do a variation, maybe it was a chair and it was 4 different colors, you could put up the 4 different colors in the picture and say, buy it, and then message me. Like, it's inefficient. It's not set up in their system to work that way. So it leads to issues. Specifically with Facebook, you really don't want to lead to any issues. You want to make sure you're mitigating issues at all points in times. And the fact that they can now offer this in, I think is a great addition to the system. So now you can give people multiple options. You're going to stand out. You'll probably get an SEO boost. Hasn't been tested enough yet to really figure that one out, but it really is something I believe that is going to be a big game changer, specifically if somebody's scrolling, you know, on the phone. I've seen it where now if you have multiple quantity on the phone, there's a chance, not, like I said, not everybody has it. There's a chance that somebody can buy more than one from you at the same time. So it gives them more options to scroll through. Also with the variations, gives them more things to scroll through. If somebody lands on your listing and you only give them one option and they don't like that option, say they clicked on it for a reason, but say, oh, well, that's not the color I want. And then they bounce off. But if you give them many more options and like, oh, well, maybe I didn't want that initial color that I saw, but this color is better. Or I saw it with candles before, a bunch of different scents. This scent is better than that scent. Or the more options you give a buyer on your listing, the higher likelihood you're going to make a sale. You see it on eBay, you see it on Amazon, it's going to happen on Facebook Marketplace as well. This is pretty much brand new, and I think you should really start experimenting with it. One thing I also never mentioned before is there's a SKU option now. This is like pretty much brand new. You can add in a SKU for your items, makes it a little bit easier to track them. You can do it based off your supplier, their manufacturer number, part number, and stuff like that. There's product tags that they've always been there, but some people have them removed or not removed. They're like testing that, so that's not a bug. They're testing whether they want product tags or not. So don't worry if yours disappeared. And last but not least is on this page is going to be boosting your listing after publish. So beforehand, you'd have to boost it automatically, or not automatically, manually by hand afterwards. But now you can boost the listing immediately after you publish it. I don't think it's the best. Honestly, I think that if you're going to boost a listing, you're probably going to want to boost one that has already sold previously in the past or has prior sales history, instead of just boosting random listings that you don't know if they're going to sell well. But maybe you already know this one's going to sell well. You just relisted it. You can't renew it anymore. So you relisted it and then you boost it. I mean, it's up to you. I don't really boost items, but it's really up to what you want to do. And then lastly here, which I think is going to be a big game changer. I have it in an image because I've only seen it on the cell phone so far, is basically here's the image of the item. I blurred out the title and stuff not to dox this person. Also, here's the quantity option from the cell phone like I showed you, where you can buy 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 or however many that person has in stock. But they added in the ability to, or how many the item has sold. So I think that's going to be good and bad. It's a positive and a negative. Like, it's going to be great because it's going to show buyers your listing, and it's going to be like, oh, well, 7 people bought this one, so this one must be good. If it's the same one next to each other and this one sold 7, the other one's only sold none or 1, somebody's probably going to buy this one over the other one. So that's a big advantage, you know, adding this in, plus the quantity options, plus the different options for variations. Now you're starting to look like an eBay marketplace or an Amazon marketplace, more legitimate, and you know, really just growing that way. But another reason why this isn't going to be great is people are going to see this and they're most likely going to try to snipe items and other things like that, which I don't want to happen. And we've been trying to mitigate this for as long as possible, but you know, don't snipe people's items, don't undercut people. The marketplace is still so new, it's still so big, and there's still so many options out there that I don't think that there's a reason why you need to go out and snipe people's items or do anything like that. But I do think that this is going to be big. It's really leading into future developments, like I said, of this marketplace becoming a legitimate force in the e-commerce space. Right now, they're kind of in their growing phase. There's lots of growing pains, as I'm sure if you've been selling on Facebook Marketplace for a while now, you probably have seen one or all of them of the growing pains, or maybe you've had issues with your account and stuff. But I really do believe that this marketplace is going to get even bigger than it ever has. It's going to get legitimate. I think they're going to separate it and make it a whole marketplace app on your phone. People already love Marketplace. They go on there to buy used things. It's already killed Craigslist. Craigslist is dead, and Marketplace is going to, I think, take up a decent chunk of the e-commerce sphere and just be able to compete with some of the big dogs. And I really do think that with the margins, you know, the lower competition, and everything, just how easy it is to get started, that it's still a great platform to get started on. There's still a bunch of room. And yeah, so that's pretty much it for the updates. I'm not sure if there's any, I'm sure there's other ones, but I'm sure I missed them. You know, they're changing things all the time. Maybe my accounts don't have things that your accounts do. Maybe your accounts have things that I don't have. It's you know, it's all over the place. Facebook's always been that way though. So hopefully you enjoyed this video. Like I said, if you're a beginner here, check down below. There's going to be a free PDF on other reasons why you should get started if this video didn't convince you enough. We just dropped Facebook Marketplace 2.0, and I'm going to be dropping more videos on Facebook in the future and just other things about Facebook as we've learned more as time has gone on. So hopefully you enjoyed this video. Be sure to smash that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, hit the little bell notification. If I missed any updates, leave them in the comments down below. And that's it. Thank you very much, and I'll see you in the next one.